It's a warm spring afternoon, and I am riding the 165 bus from northern New Jersey into Midtown Manhattan, a long and nauseating drive. I'm heading to an appointment with a recruiter named Peter at Adam Personnel on 44th Street in the hope he can help me find a job. A few months earlier, I was laid off from my first post-college job as an administrative assistant at CBS News in the election and survey unit. The domino effect was swift. Not being able to pay rent meant leaving the apartment a friend and I had been renting near my alma mater, Rutgers University, and moving back to my mother's house in northern New Jersey. I'm depressed, I'm broke, and I'm cocktailing a few nights a week at a bar called the Orange Lantern, where I've also been going out with an over-muscled bartender who drives a Trans Am. I'm sleeping in my childhood bedroom, and everything feels like 1975 instead of 1987. The mustard-colored walls, the golden brown shag carpeting. I hope this recruiter can help me find a job, maybe even one that requires some writing. My previous position at CBS News, ironically, involved no writing. During my year there, I climbed in rank from receptionist to administrative assistant, which raised my pay from $6.75 an hour to salaried staffer earning $18,000 a year, and 5 minutes of television fame when I answered the decision desk phone on camera during the midterm elections broadcast. At the conclusion of the broadcast that night, I was given a Polaroid of myself on television. I was standing, a phone to my ear, wearing a black and white checkered suit, credits rolling over me. Then the stock market crashed on Black Monday, and shortly afterward, I was laid off. My political science major, unfortunately, hasn't set me up for a well-paying job with lots of growth potential. The next step is often graduate school or law school, but I don't want to consider those. I'm not ready to give up on writing. Not yet, anyway. Both my sisters, one older and one younger, still live at home, and the place feels like a halfway house for women who lack the ability to emotionally regulate. Instead, we all just scream at one another, "You used up all the hot water," or "Who ate the last banana?" and "Get out of the bathroom." My mother, exhausted from spending all day, every day on her feet serving up cheese samples — she's an assistant manager at Swiss Colony, a cheese and sausage shop in a nearby shopping mall — shouts, "Stop yelling!" I make my way to Adam Personnel. The receptionist lets me wait there for a moment and then looks up. "You're here for," she asks. "I have an appointment at 10 with Peter," I say, the name on the ad I circled in the New York Times. When he comes out to the tiny reception area filled with other job seekers, I'm surprised at how young he is. "Hello," Peter says, shaking my hand and smiling, which causes his mustache to wiggle. There's something odd about the right corner of his mouth, which I will later learn was surgically reconstructed after he bit through an electrical cord as a toddler. "So you're a writer, really?" he asks, walking me back to his black metal desk, one of a dozen or so in a large, noisy room. "Well, I'm a writer, but, I'm not really writing now. I'm trying to find a job that will let me write," I say. I have few clips to show for myself, a couple of pieces in the college newspaper and several summaries of NBC radio shows I wrote as a summer intern. "I've got a few things that might involve some writing, but we don't get many actual writing jobs," Peter says. "I'm sorry." He starts asking me what I like to write, and that leads to a discussion of my desire to write about music, which leads us to talking about bands we both like. This guy is so sweet, I think. I wish I were feeling even an ounce of chemistry, but it's not there, although we are having an awfully long interview. In fact, we're not even talking job prospects, we're just getting to know each other. Peter tells me he isn't sure what he wants to do with his life. Being an employment counselor is just a stop on this unknown journey, other than play bass in a band that he and some friends are starting. He lives rent-free in a house in New Canaan, an affluent Connecticut suburb, where he is the resident tutor and guardian of a bunch of low-income minority boys, participating in a program that lets them attend New Canaan's posh public high school. He helps them with their homework, gives them guidance counselor-type advice, and makes sure they don't break any rules, or, if they do, that they break them discreetly. Our small talk tapers off. I'm here, after all, to find a job. Peter turns to a stack of papers on his desk. "I've got a couple of things you might like," he says, flipping through the pages. "There's a job at the Junior League, administrative, but with a lot of responsibility," he says. I'm not sure if he's joking. The Junior League? What is that? Sounds like the Girl Scouts. I shrug. Okay, I say, I need a job. I'll be in touch then. Probably later today or tomorrow, he says. I smile. That would be great. Thanks so much. I stand to go. It was really nice talking to you. We shake hands and I head toward the elevator. A few months later, Peter will tell me that the moment I left the room, he stood up and shouted, "That's the woman I'm going to marry." And everyone told him to shut up. Some threw rolled up balls of paper at him.